Hampter. Hamster.
Welcome back, every Hammie! Congrats on your first super manager. Hello, Blackberry. Hello, Major. Hello, Malice. I hope every Hammie's doing well. It's only been about an hour and a half since I've seen most of you. Well, some of you, I guess. Congrats on your second, Malice. Those are usually a hot commodity lately, so I'm excited you guys get them. How's every Hammie doing? I hope you're doing wonderfully. It got really dark and spooky looking outside, so I hope it doesn't storm. You love streaming so much. I love Silent Hill so much. God, that game, I'm a little bit surprised. I was like, oh man, how am I supposed to, like, after that, sit down and play something else? That's a lot to think about. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Let me double check. Thank you, Super Manager. That was very kind of you. Thank you. Hi, Major. I hope you're doing well. We have a new Mr. Bark Cam since you last arrived, I think, or last joined us, I think. But now there's also an option where you can give him treats. But I'll give a free one. Observe the bark. I think I need to turn a light on. It's really dark in the office. There we go. Forfeit all mortal possessions to the bark. He appreciates it. A treat. And his butt on camera. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're doing great today. I'm a little tired, but we're gonna have so much fun playing. We're gonna vote for Fat Bears. Welcome back, folks. I need to double check that there's actually bears to vote for today. It looks like it. Oh man, both the bears we voted for, I think, got in. Yeah. Are you Hamster though? Hello, Angry Seal. Welcome back. Oh, these are both of the... I've been VODing for Silent Hill, but I've seen Mr. Bark being cute. He's definitely been pretty cute. I'm really hoping it doesn't get in the way with stream tonight, but I currently have the ending for my first playthrough uploading to YouTube as we speak. My computer's working overtime. Hammie, please remember to get some rest. Streaming more than 4 hours can certainly take its toll. Thank you, False. Of course. Tonight's stream is sponsored, though. The devs were very kind and sent me a key. It's for the Fall in Love Festival, so I gotta make sure I hold up my end of the bargain. And I've honestly been really excited for this one, so I doubt it's really even gonna feel much like a stream and just me reading to you guys. But yeah, no, it looks like the last two bears that we have here, these are the finals. Yeah, Fat Bear Week finals. we've voted for these bears from the very beginning, and I'm really kind of sad that this is the end of Fat Bear Week. This is overtime pay, don't worry, False. I know, you gotta give me that sick ad revenue, you know? I looked at how many hours I've streamed so far, for the, since the beginning of the month, the 1st, and I've streamed 78.5 hours. But, I was really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself because, like, I would not consider myself, like, a, what's it called, a stamina streamer? But this week, I've really put in a lot of good hours. And we finally finished the first playthrough of Silent Hill tonight, so... What a poor Hamster, working so hard on the streaming mines. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. But yeah, no, sometime at the end of this week, I don't know which day yet, I would really like to play We Love Katamari and finish it. And then we'll add that to our list of finished games, and I'll be really excited about that too. And ready for when the new one comes out that I still need to pre-order. We love Hammie Mari. Anyway, I don't know who to vote for. I really think it's 32 Chunk, though. I think it's 32 Chunk because his belly almost touches the ground. As much as I would love to give 856 the biggest hug you've ever seen, I do think that we should vote for 32 Chunk. And if you also would like to vote in Fat Bear Week yourself, you can do so by going to this link. Let's vote. Let's do it. Let's vote. Whoops. Well, that's okay. All right, give me just a second, and there we go. 32 Chunk is winning. 32 Chunk is winning. And then, give me a quick sec, okay? Give me a quick sec. I want to review the roster really fast. Powerful Chunk. All right, well, there it is, the final voting for Fat Bear Week. So I guess from here on, we can go ahead and play the game. Let me update my stuff really fast, okay? All right, just another moment. Sorry about that. Also, thank you again, Super Manager, for the donation. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that a lot. I'm a step closer to getting Pokemon next month. I want to play Pokemon so bad. It's gonna run like ass on the Switch, but you know what? It'll be okay. It'll be okay. If I get a Switch too, then I'll at least have the free upgrade, probably. I don't know. I don't know how all that works. I'm just a simple hamster. There we go, and we got it up. We got everything updated on my end, so we can go ahead and, I guess, get started. We might not go for super long tonight, just because I also did that Silent Hill stream earlier, and I'm a little tired. But I figured we'll play this for a little while, and I'm really excited for it, so maybe it won't even feel like any time at all. Hi, Violet! Welcome, welcome! I'm already digging the soundtrack, though. This menu music is fire. Let's start. Uh-oh, I didn't refill my water. I guess I need to go get some more. We'll do that in a minute, though. So, the second someone hydration checks me, I'll have to go get some water, so... Okay, Rocky. Just this one last delivery for tonight, and then you can go home, smoke some weed, and chill out for a while. Oh, I should probably put some content warnings on here, huh? Give me a quick sec. Mature rated game. I think... You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I won't do that. Great character sprite. I love content warning just a weed. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Who knows? Maybe there'll be a good tipper and I can pick up some hard seltzer or something. Really make it a party. Maybe I should add alcohol. I think maybe I'll add violence too because it is a vampire story apparently. Or we'll just be okay. I think it'll be okay. If it gets weird then I'll put more up. Fuck, this rain is bad. Weird ass order too. Almost seems like they were just picking things at random, like a starfruit. I don't think I've ever seen anyone even eat a starfruit. Content warning, naughty words. Naughty. Whatever. Suddenly, a shape darts out from into the middle of the road. What the fuck? We're gonna have fun with this tonight, chat. We're gonna have so much fun. God, there's blood everywhere. Fuck, that hurts. I can just make out someone walking towards me. They don't seem to be in too much of a hurry. Help me! Call an ambulance. Everything goes black. It's okay, it's just the starfruit. He had the starfruit on his head. It's dark. Content warning, Mr. Bark, so true. Where the hell am I? The last thing I remember, I was driving and then there's just nothing. My head kills. Did I get into a car crash or something? This doesn't look like a hospital room though. More like a dungeon. I'm cold. How long have I been lying on the floor here? My eyes are starting to adjust. There's no windows, just a thin crack of light coming from under a rusted metal door. I try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Hey! Let me out of here! No response. Great. There's something else in the room that I hadn't noticed before. An old-fashioned cassette player on a wooden stool. It's funny, I keep meaning to get one. I have a huge stack of local metal band tapes at home and nothing to play them on. Well, nothing else to do. Might as well listen to it. The tape starts up with a static hiss. Hello, and welcome to the Teeth Kit Newborn Education. We know you may have many we know that you have... Sorry, hold on, I got this. We know you have many choices for your educational needs, and we thank you for choosing Teeth Kit. This tape functions as a complete replacement for traditional newborn education. Newborn, what is this? In today's modern world, you can't always be there for your child, but with Teeth Kit, you can get into the next best thing for the lowest possible cost. Teeth Kit is recognized for its high-quality educational products by all major courts in the United States and Canada. Courts? Wait, is this the drunk tank? For more information, please consult your local authorities. Oh, fuck. Part 1. Your changing body. You may have noticed some changes with your body lately. Aches and pains, maybe, or you feel a little chilly. Is this some kind of joke? Rest assured that this is all perfectly normal and will pass with time. Your body is undergoing the last steps of a metamorphosis that will make you faster, stronger, and, in a word, better than you ever were. Scientists still aren't sure exactly how the process works, but we do know that with a few rare exceptions, it goes off without a hitch. Exceptions? To what? Is this some kind of Saw situation? Uh-oh. Did you get into any nasty wrecks, Malice? Are you being careful while driving? Are you aching behind the wheel? So, what does that mean for you? Well, have you ever wanted to leap across rooftops? Lift a Pontiac Firebird. How about live forever? Live forever. That's right. Not only are you a new and improved version of yourself, you'll never have to worry about aging or illness again. This has got to be some kind of prank. Aching and driving? That sounds dangerous. You be careful behind the wheel. Louise? Clara? Where are you guys? Of course, it isn't all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, sunshine is something you should do your best to avoid from now on. Your maker has already provided you with a safe, windowless location to rest during the day. That's crucial because any exposure to sunlight from here on out could prove fatal. What? You may be wondering about the various myths and legends you've come across, perhaps in motion pictures or popular fiction. Well, we're pleased to say that most such stories are just that. Stories carefully planted to throw curious humans off the trail. Running water, garlic, crosses, not to mention the sillier ones, like having to stop to count individual grains of rice, they're all made up. Aside from the sun, the only things you have to worry about are fire, wooden stakes through the heart, and decapitation. That might sound like a lot to keep track of, but keep in mind that 3 out of 4 of those things are also traditionally fatal to mortals. You were probably avoiding them already anyway. Mortals? Hey, this isn't funny anymore. Let me out of here. Oh, he's got fangs. I didn't look until now, but he's got the fangs. Part 2, the blood. In your previous life, you may have enjoyed a number of different foods. Cheese fondue, perhaps, or baked Alaska. Is that a kind of food? Things have become significantly simpler for you. From now on, only one thing can keep you going: human blood. Blood? Advances in technology have made it easier than ever to store and transport blood. Your maker should have left you a small supply with this tape. This thing wants me to drink blood? Of course, most aren't satisfied with pre-packaged blood packs. Nothing beats the thrill and flavor of warm blood straight from the source. Things will become very shrimpable. I was gonna say something, but it was gonna come out. Well, it ended up spurning something gross in my brain, so I decided not to say it. I was like, go suck a shrimp, and then I think about how you can, if you don't cleanse your shrimp carefully, they're either radioactive or you can still find the digestive tract. Oh, Mr. Bark, Mr. Bark. He brought his dish in. He brought his dish in. What you got there, Mr. Bark? What do you got there? Okay, chat, I'm gonna go get Mr. Bark his sustenance really quick. There he goes, there he goes. Okay, I'm not gonna keep him waiting. Sorry about the wait. I got some water, so now I can hydrate. I take a big sippy. And Mr. Bark even has a dish full of food now. Oh, why did the Mr. Bark cam? There we go. I don't know why I did that. Okay, welcome. Wahoo! Alright. The idea of tearing into a living person might seem a little strange or off-putting to you right now. After all, you were one yourself up until quite recently. But in time, you'll get used to it. In fact, you'll probably find you enjoy it more than anything you've ever enjoyed in your old life. And don't worry, you don't have to finish off your prey to get your fill. It would be pretty hard to conceal our existence if we killed every time we were hungry. What the fuck is this? As science has driven out superstition in most of the Western world, fewer and fewer people believe in us, and that's a good thing. It means most victims will simply write off an attack as a wild night or a dream, especially if they've had few too many Harvey Wallbangers. What's a Harvey Wallbanger? I'm looking it up. It's a cocktail, obviously, but what's in the cocktail? It is a popular, brightly colored mixed drink made with vodka, orange juice, and Italian liqueur Galliano. Oh, it's like a screwdriver. It's like a screwdriver. Screwdrivers are good. I like screwdriver. Harvey who? All in all, it's a great time to be a vampire in America. You've got to be kidding me. With the end of the Vietnam War, we're entering a new era of unity and prosperity. Plus, increased smog production from automobiles and industry has even made it possible for some vampires to walk the streets during the day. It's a brave new world we're entering, and we're excited that you'll be a part of it. Please turn the tape over to the side B now. There's a knock at the door. It swings open and someone's standing there, a nondescript-looking guy in a polo shirt and headset holding an iPad. Rocky Alvarez, we need you on set now. Set? What's going on? Didn't anyone tell you? Listen, pal, I woke up in this room with a tape telling me that I'm a vampire or something. If I'm not under arrest, then I'm just going to head out and figure out which one of my idiot friends set this up. You don't... Hold on for 1 second, okay? He turns away from me and talks into his headset for a few moments. I can't make out much, just, okay. Got it. Alright, we're going to get this all sorted out. Just come with me, please. Look, am I in trouble? Am I under arrest? In trouble? Kid, you're about to be famous. Come on. I guess there's no harm in seeing what's going on. Once I'm out of this room, I can bail anyway. Alright, lead the way. The guy leads me out of the cell, down the hallway lined with dozens of identical doors. What is this, a dungeon or something? Oh, yeah. Yes, it's a dungeon? Sorry, I was on my headset, but yes, that's right. Listen, what was the deal with that tape? The tape? Oh man, I didn't even realize those were still around. I had one of those back in the early 80s. Different time. He's like a bouncer at a concert. What is this guy going on about? He doesn't look much older than me. How about side B, huh? I didn't get to listen to side B, actually. Mr. Bark, was that delicious? Oh my goodness. What's he doing? What's he on about? What are you on about? Oh, that's too bad. Side B is the best. We head up a musty, cobweb-covered staircase. That tape was saying some crazy shit, talking about vampires and stuff. Right, yeah, it's all a little impersonal, isn't it? That was kind of the fad for a couple of decades. These days, the trend is back to traditional. It's considered really important to actually sit down with your child and explain things face to face. I stop in the middle of the hall, a long, marble-tiled space with goddamn suits of armor standing on the sides. Alright, I want some answers. What's going on here? I told you, we'll sort it all out. Right now. Is this some kind of prank show? Did Mr. Beast get me? The guy doubles over with laughter. Oh, no. Nothing that serious. You heard the tape, right? You're a vampire. A vampire. Yeah, Nosferatu, the undead. In China, you'd be called Jianxi. But that hopping thing is made up. Those guys are real jokers. You expect me to believe that? Look, I can't stand around arguing with you all night, okay? So, how about this? In a flash, he grabs the sword from one of the decorative suits of armor. Before I can react, he grabs my shirt with one hand, yanks it up, and drives the sword right through my stomach. That's awkward. Fuck, that hurts. Only it doesn't as much as you'd think, actually. He pulls the sword back out and shows it to me. No blood. I'm fine? The dark hole where the blade entered stings a little, but the feeling is vague, like a memory of pain. See, it's like the tape said, you're immortal. This is a lot to take in. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but I just work here, okay? I'm not in charge of anything. And you're a vampire too? Yeah, pretty much everyone here is. Where is here exactly? And how did I get here? I can't remember anything. Jesus, alright. We really need to get to set, but you seem like a nice kid, and your maker must have been a real bastard to dump you into a situation like this right off the bat. So here's some free advice. Forget all of those social niceties that you were raised with. From now on, you're only looking out for yourself. Is that the first rule of being a vampire? He laughs and shakes his head. No, that's the first rule of being on a reality show. Someone else pulls up words. I can't read tonight, chat, I'm sorry. Someone else pulls a wire up my shirt and clips one end to my collar. The other end is attached to a box they stuff into my pocket. That's your mic, don't mess with it. He points ahead at a doorway. Alright, kid, showtime. Walk into the sitting room and introduce yourself. Who am I introducing myself to? My question goes completely unheard. The PA is listening to a message over his walkie-talkie. Copy. Sending him in now. Episode 1. Welcome, wretched fledglings. Ooh. The backgrounds are really nice in this game. The room is ornately furnished, like a very upscale haunted house. I don't know enough about interior design to say what kind of antiques I'm looking at, or even if they are antiques, but they look old and fancy. There are big lights and cameras all across the other side of the room and the other entrances. Hi, I'm Rocky. I wave to the cameras and try to give them a confident job interview kind of smile. Can you try that again with a little more energy, not looking at the cameras? Where do you want me to look? Just introduce yourself to the room, not the camera crew. There's no one else in the room, but I do my best, turning to a grandfather clock and then a love seat. What's up? I'm Rocky. The camera crew doesn't say anything, like they're waiting for me to say more. And, wow, what a cool house. Look at all this neat shit. I like him. I wonder if that's a real human skull. Sick. The director who had been talking to me gives me a thumbs up. Nice. So you're all vampires too? The thumbs up disappears and he looks at me like I'm an idiot. Yeah, everyone who works on this show is a vampire. Are more vampires coming? Yes, we really need you to start acting like there are no cameras here. Just ignore us, unless we tell you to do something, in which case don't ignore us. That seems really confusing and kind of a lot to ask, considering how confusing my situation already is. But then I hear some footsteps in the hallway I came from, and someone else walks in. What's up, ladies? My name is Jason, and I'm here to crush the competition. Jason is a big dude and crushes what looks like a plastic cup in his hand as he talks. No ladies, just me. Hey. Jason gives me a once-over that makes it clear he thinks I'm some kind of beta bitch and then comes over to me. Sup, little man? Good to see you. Good to meet you, even. His grip is strong. I'm immediately nervous about having to compete against him, but at least he seems to have a better grasp on things than I do. Jason, right? I'm Rocky. You know what's going on? Rocky? Like the boxer? I get this a lot. It's annoying. Maybe I should get a new name now that I'm a vampire. Like Vlad. Too late though, because I've already introduced myself as Rocky. Maybe next time I can try out Vlad. Have they told you where we are? You'll just have to wait and see. He winks at me, and as annoyed as I am, it's kind of charming. Hello? Am I in the right place? A woman walks in next. She smells like mango shampoo and talks at a normal volume. What's up, beautiful? I'm Jason. This little guy is Rocky. Joke's on you, idiot. I think it's hot when people call me a little guy. Hi. I'm Anya. Nice to meet you both. Are we the only ones here? Looks like it. Did anyone tell you what's going on? Well, I mean, I assume we're on some kind of TV show for vampires? Anya has a natural warmth that makes me not mind at all how patronizing she sounds. That makes sense. When I look over, Jason has dropped to the floor and started doing push-ups. How long have you been a vampire? Not long at all. Maybe a few weeks? It's hard to say for sure. Yeah, me too. A lie, but I don't want everyone knowing I just woke up like this. I already seemed dumb enough not realizing this is a vampire TV show. Anya and Jason start talking about something and I zone out. I'm really hungry. Or thirsty, I guess? Shit, am I gonna need to kill someone? No, the tape said it's better not to. That's good, I think. Maybe they'll feed us soon. Hi, Burbzilla! Welcome! Hello, Raiders! I hope you Oh! Solar Dissension! Thank you so much for the raid as well. It's a double raid. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. How are you guys doing? Are you guys together, or am I just lucky enough to get raided at the same time? If you're in line for your shout out, stay in line. I hope you're doing well, Burb. Yeah, together. Okay, good. Then I don't feel crazy. We were playing together. Gotcha. Were you guys playing visual novels? I remember seeing you were playing something earlier when I finished playing Silent Hill earlier. I just can't remember what it is now. It's been a long day. But I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. If you need to run off to grab a meal, you've probably been going... Ooh, Taisho Romance Theater, that's probably one of my favorites I've played so far this week. I really like it. I gotta finish the demo. I went for like 5 hours the other day playing Taisho Romance Theater on stream, but I ran out of time at about 5.5 hours in. And so I realized that I was just that meme of the guy who's mining and he's right there before he gets to the diamonds. I was like, oh man, okay. So my goal is to finish it this weekend on my own time. I'm really excited. Did you guys see that the same studio also did the same studio did a game jam for October, and that looks really good too. Oh, Death and Phaeology! Thank you so much for the follow! I appreciate it, Solar Dissension. I don't know why my stuff is, let me fix that really quick. My, overlay needs to be adjusted. Yeah, no, I have Death and Phaeology on my list of stuff that I'm not gonna get into this week, but I definitely want to play it on my own time, or possibly for another stream outside of the Fall in Love Festival. But yeah, no, I thought I was crazy because I was like, I swear, I thought that they had said that the demo was only gonna take a few hours, or like 2.5 at most, and then I kept going and I was like locked in, and I was like, it's okay, maybe I'm just a slow reader. And then I saw them say that the demo takes up to 6 hours. I'm like, holy crap, the dedication for it. That's a pretty meaty demo. It was a pretty meaty demo. It was good though. I really, really liked it. I just need to finish it. But yeah, no. Death and Phaology looked really good too. I just wish I had the extra time to fit them in. Now we're playing tonight Fledgling Manor, and I love it so far. All of the characters are so fun, and the dialogue is really fun. I get to curse, and it's awesome. Oh, wait, my tangent. If you guys need to go eat dinner, it's probably late, or maybe it's early, and you want breakfast or lunch. Please go take care of yourselves. Go get some hydration, some water in ya, and maybe some hot tea and honey since you guys are reading for a while. Yes, please. Go take care of yourself, and thank you guys for trusting me with your communities tonight. We'll read some more. We literally just got started, so... Yeah, good luck on your assignments. You guys do great. Thank you so much for the raids. I really appreciate it. Anyway, filling the raiders in right now. We woke up and we are showing signs of being a vampire, but we walked out, we were escorted out by a guy that kind of looked like a bouncer, and he walked us into this TV set, and we're getting introduced to other characters that are vampires as well. We don't really know what's going on yet, but we're here and we're having a great time. Maybe they'll feed us soon, from blood bags or whatever, or a big fountain. I have a friend who's done extra work on Law and Order in the city, and they said they'll always feed you. It's like a union requirement. Is this show union? That's a good question. Jason scoffs at us. This is the vampire world, guys. There's no little labor unions here. We have an entirely differently structured society. Didn't your makers tell you that? Anya giggles. My maker told me the basics, but not every last detail. I guess I've still got a lot to learn. Anyone smart would be able to see that Anya is acting dumb on purpose, but Jason is, well... That's okay, babe. Stick with me. I'll show you the ropes. Suddenly, I feel a stab of pain in my stomach. Hunger. I need to sit down. It's weird. It feels like being horny and sleepy and hungry and thirsty and wanting a hug all at once. Except I only want one thing to fulfill all those needs. Blood. I wonder if Jason and Anya were given anything to eat. While I'm sitting on the couch thinking about how hungry I am, a couple more people file in. Hey guys, it's me, Tay, and don't worry, I may be a vampire now, but my dedication to Christ hasn't wavered one bit. Oh my god! Hi, nice to meet you, I'm Lilia. I don't know about holy. Grace Soleil, it's an honor to be here. I can't wait to get to know all of you. I mutter hellos, but don't get up. The longer I sit here, the more my head hurts. I want blood. They all talk, and it sounds like no one has been a vampire for longer than half a year or so. So we're all new vampires, and maybe that's the show's shtick, like a vampire boot camp for baby bloodsuckers. Stefan. The next guy who comes in just kind of looks at everyone with disdain. He's real beefy and has a shitty vibe. If I didn't have such a headache from wanting blood so badly, I'd get a better read on him. Also, I'm sorry if you can see my chair moving in the Mr. Bark cam. I wonder where Mr. Bark went. Mr. Bark, are you up here still? Where did you go, Mr. Bark? Otherwise, I'll close the Mr. Bark cam for now. Oh, Mr. Bark is here. Alright, well. There he is. There he is. But instead, I'm just repeating to myself in my head, they've gotta feed us soon. They've gotta feed us soon. They've gotta feed us soon. A long shadow descends through the doorway, followed by some kind of bony giant. They've gotta at least be 7 feet tall, and they hunch to get in the room. The hood of their shirt is up, and their entire face is covered by some kind of mask. Am I the last one here? Have you ever seen Phineas and Ferb? I've never watched it, but I recognize it when I see it. Because isn't that the show with the platypus? Perry the Platypus? Mr. Bark? He was laying his head on the stand that I had the camera on, but he's hiding from you guys. He's hiding from you, it looks like. What's the show with the BTS Twitter AU? What? Hello? Oh, the 8th to come in. I get it. That's cute. My name is 8. Nice to meet you. The hood and mask make 8 seem kind of intimidating, but their voice is friendly and musical. Everyone seems scared of them. They seem nice, but I'm too busy with my headache to say hey. Can somebody give me a clean, I wonder what we're all doing here? I wonder what we're all doing here. Wait, that is the show with the BTS Twitter AU? Is that what that means? None of those words are in the Bible. The director gives a thumbs up. He's right to. Anya sounded very convincing. We're all strangers, right? I've never met any of you before. 8? How long have you been a vampire? A few months, I think. I haven't really been keeping track. So we've all been turned into vampires within the last year, and now we're in this big mansion full of cameras. I wonder what it all means. The director continues to give a thumbs up throughout the exchange. I don't say anything because the only thing I'll contribute is asking when we're going to eat, which I guess I'll probably have to ask pretty soon. What it all means? What a question. A voice booms into the room from no apparent source. You 8 wretched newborn vampires have been gathered here for one reason only. You are being given the chance to prove yourselves and save your miserable afterlives in a game of manipulation and strategy. Welcome to Fledgling Manor, streaming only on Drac Plus. My name is Nico, and I'm your judicially appointed host for this season. What a season it is! Judicially appointed? What does that mean? And what did he say we're playing to win? Well, you can see his vagina bones. Nico strides into the room wearing a big fur coat and no shirt, and all I can think is, now that's a vampire. I wonder if he always dresses like this, or if the production gave him the outfit. I wonder if I'll get a cool outfit too. And then I remember how hungry I am and raise my hand like we're at school. Hi, Bahamas, and welcome! Welcome back to you! Before I can feel embarrassed about it, more than half of the other contestants also raised their hands. I'm sure you all have a lot of questions, which will all be answered in due time. The most pressing question, however, will be answered right now. Nico finishes his sentences with a dramatic flair that also feels kind of sarcastic, like he's making fun of this whole thing. You're probably all wondering, when do we eat? They take us to a ballroom with floor-to-ceiling stained glass windows and a million chandeliers, but more importantly, a human heartbeat. Fuck, I feel. Fledgling vampires have a difficult time. I can't focus on what Nico is reading off the producer's cue cards. I can't even see the figures sitting in the middle of the ballroom, but I can hear them. I can kind of smell them. 2 heartbeats, all red and juicy and alive. To test your self-control, you must wait. It's like I can feel their body heat already from this distance. And the last contestant to refrain will win If they weren't surrounded by big, scary-looking bodyguards, I would just run over and take a bite, but Nico said the word wait at some point, which means we'd probably have to wait for something. I tear my eyes away from the 2 living human beings, throbbing and pulsing in the middle of the room to look around me. Stefan is smirking, still disdainful. Anya is grimacing. I can't tell what's happening behind 8's mask. Tay is gritting his teeth. Jason has gotten on the ground and started doing crunches. I don't remember what the other 2 are named, but one of them, the younger one, dashes over and takes a bite. Once the smell of fresh blood hits the air, I'm right behind her. Uh-oh. There's no way to put into words what it's like. Maybe someone could do it, but I'm not that someone. An orgasm is the obvious comparison, and probably the closest thing, but fuck, the blood is better. It's way better. The guy I'm drinking from has a black hoodie on and looks kind of like the guy I'd see at shows around Buffalo and Rochester. Maybe he is. It must feel good for him too because he's craning into my mouth and moaning. Okay, that's enough. One of the big bodyguards pulls me off hoodie guy and sits me in a chair like I'm as light as a doll. All I can do is lick my lips and slump happily in my seat. I feel fucking amazing. I close my eyes for a moment. And Anya is down. Now it's a standoff between Stefan and Jason, who will be the last to fall. Alright, we're on a TV show. What had the host said? We're competing for something? A prize? The last person remaining will win. I can do this all day, man. 100, 101, 102, 103. Jason is still doing crunches on the floor. Getting kind of jealous, not gonna lie. You want to win something or you want to be a vampire? Stefan is just standing there smirking, puffing out little laughs of derision occasionally. This looks easy for him. When I look around, I see that Tay is furiously trying to scrub the blood off of his face with the little makeup wipes that he keeps pulling out of a pack in his pocket. Grace, the older woman, is chatting with a producer. Lilia, the one that was the first to break, is collapsed over 2 chairs, still getting her bearings back. Could go for a refreshing drink? Ooh. What kind of refreshing drink? Maybe boba? Maybe lemonade? Or coffee this late? I could go for coffee this late, but I'm not gonna. 8 finishes drinking and stumbles over to the rest of us, securing their mask back on their face and giggling. Fuck, I should have been paying closer attention. I could have looked under there and seen what they look like. Anya's the only one still drinking. The host, Nico, had just said she just caved. Ooh, pomegranate lemonade sounds really good. A bodyguard had to drag me off my hoodie guy, but Anya doesn't need any help stopping. She pulls away from the human girl of her own accord. She wipes her mouth with the back of one hand and strokes the girl's face with another. She sits down next to me, grinning. Feeling better? I'm feeling great. Me too. She leans back and hums a sigh of contentment. Who do you think's gonna win? Oh, Stefan's got this for sure. You think? Anything I say here will incriminate me? I wanna know. Tell me. Yeah, Jason's all show. Look how desperately he's doing those crunches. Stefan definitely looks more relaxed. Totally. But Jason seems like someone who will really want to win that prize, especially the first one. It makes a statement. I don't know. When the first thing out of your bag of tricks is a life hack that incels use to stop jacking off, I'm not impressed. She has a nice laugh. I can still see the blood staining her teeth when she smiles. He's hot though, objectively, in kind of an annoying way. Not my type. What about Stefan? No, he doesn't seem very fun. I think Stefan is your type though. We flirt and gossip and make our little jokes for the rest of the competition. It's nice to have made a friend. What's more is, I don't know the last time I felt so relaxed. Fuck! Jason seems to have crunched his way to the middle of the room. I watch him curse in despair before he gives in and takes a bite out of the same girl Anya is drinking from. It appears the winner of the very first challenge is Stefan, who wins immunity from tomorrow night's culling. Ooh, I know what that means. You may vote on which fledgling will be culled. You may present arguments to the fledgling council, but you are in no danger of being voted out. You also win a... Nico squints to see the cue card better and rolls his eyes. You also win a hand-carved maple casket with a premium satin and memory foam lining to make sure you always get a good day's rest, courtesy of Cushing Casket Company. They lead us back out of the ballroom. Apparently that space is only supposed to be used for games and challenges. I can't help but picture those crazy obstacle courses you see on reality competition shows. Do vampires think slime is fun? I want slime so bad, chat. I want slime so bad. A production coordinator starts talking at us through one of those cones cheerleaders use. Listen up, everybody. Every Hammie, even. The rest of your night is free time. We're going to be following you with cameras and getting your interactions. If you want more blood, there's bags in the kitchen. Excuse me, can we leave? Great question, Lilia. No, contestants cannot leave the premises until the show is wrapped. What about just getting outside and going for a run? You are free to wander around the grounds, but you need to be back an hour before sunrise. You'll find ink and paper in your rooms to select nominees for elimination tomorrow night. What's to stop us from just leaving? Do you have a map and compass on you? Do you know where we are? I can tell you right now, we're in upstate New York in the middle of a heavily wooded area. Do Monokuma voice for the staff. If you just take off, there's a 99% chance that you'll get lost in the woods and wander around until the sun comes up and burns you to a crisp. So, no leaving. No leaving. Like that? Like that? Well, that's alarming. The 1% chance of escape kinda nags at me from the back of my mind. What should I be doing? I think back again to all those shows I watched with my grandma. If we're getting voted out of the house by the other fledglings, I'll have to get to know these people and get them to like me. Ooh, poo, 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 poo. Can you hear the Danganronpa Ost? That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. An alliance would be good if people want to do alliances, but I also shouldn't look too thirsty to join one. The basic strategy comes back to me pretty easily. Maybe being a vampire has made my memory better. Or not smoking weed has made my memory better. Unclear. Mono Hammie, that's right. But yeah, you generally want to ally with people who will help you get through challenges, will last a long time in the game, aren't going to betray you, and will be a little bit less likable than you in case you make it to a situation where there's a fan vote. An immunity idol. Okay, that sounds easy. Tay heads towards the kitchen. Stefan, Jason, and that weird quiet girl go back to the sitting room where we all made our introductions. Grace approaches Anya and starts talking to her. What I can overhear sounds super boring. 8 must have disappeared at some point. I can't see them anywhere. Where to go? Could hang out in the sitting room. It's casual there. I kind of want to know more about the Christian guy, though. I want to know more about him. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I'm still kind of hungry or if I'm just curious about what kind of vampire kitchen what a vampire kitchen would look like, but either way I head down the hall to where the kitchen is supposed to be. It looks like something out of an old horror movie, crossed with the fridge section in a Best Buy. Guess they need a lot of space to keep the blood cold. Tay's already in there, sipping out of a goblet. It's not bad. It got all these crazy glasses though. He's right, it's not as good as the blood from the hoodie guy, but it's fine. Where are you from? Rochester. Pretty nearby it sounds like. What about you? Scottsdale, Arizona. Pretty not nearby. I'm still not totally sure how I got here, truth be told. He smiles in a way that makes me feel really bad for him. Like he needs a hug, or to smoke some weed. Anya and Grace walk in mid-conversation. Oh, the party's coming to us. When times are difficult, that's when you need someone with proven leadership capabilities steering the ship. It sounds like Grace is pitching her hard on an alliance. Like I thought, you always want to enter an alliance early to survive that first elimination. Look at this kid's giving Skip energy, you think so? I don't know, he's not as bad as Shoma. I'm not here to win though, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll sail by as long as I can and then leave midway through as a fan favorite. That's the spirit. Could be good for my music career and my new vampire life. Maybe there'll be some kind of talent show and I can play bass and sing one of my songs. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Nico explained the show format earlier and I just completely zoned out. What's the prize for winning this show again? Everyone's eyes get really big and I get the distinct impression that I just asked something stupid. I think it was something about being part of vampire society. It's kind of unclear. Do you think he could get big in the vampire world by covering MCR, specifically Vampires Will Never Hurt You? I think that'll skyrocket him into a fan favorite situation at the very least, you know? It's kind of unclear. It's our life. We get to keep our life. My understanding is that in addition to being able to continue on this planet, we'll be able to gain access to more exclusive levels of the vampire world not normally available to vampires as young and inexperienced as we are. I nod and try to piece together what they've told me. I'm not so interested in becoming some kind of elite super vampire, but the other prizes in my life, then does losing mean? So wait, if we're eliminated, what happens? We're executed. That 1% chance of escape suddenly sounds very appealing. Shit. It takes me a second to realize that I'm not having a panic attack. Weird. Why am I not more freaked out by this? This is the first big scare you've had since changing? I guess. Yeah, our reactions to things that would have really upset us before kind of change. Survival instinct, maybe. Anya is looking at me with an expression on her face I can't identify. Like I was saying, since we find ourselves in this difficult situation with such drastic failure conditions, some of us should agree to look out for one another. So if you want to start an alliance, I'm down. I'll agree not to vote any of you out. At least until we're the last 4. I can agree to that too. That's wonderful. Let's drink to that. We all raise our goblets and clink them together. This is a fantastic group. I really feel optimistic about this. With my proven track record in a corporate leadership and as a mindfulness guru, not guru, I can see a lot of potential here. In fact, it reminds me of... I zone out while she talks and talks and talks. I try to remember where I parked my car and hope it isn't getting towed. I think about some song lyrics. Grace is still talking, something about a meditation retreat she led in Sedona. Alright, my car got smashed up or something. Anya makes a face at me when no one's looking. Seems she thinks Grace is annoying too. Absolutely the group I wanted to put together. I've spoken about this at seminars and on podcasts, but I feel that working with minorities really strengthens. I already regret allying with Grace. It looks like even Tay is struggling to stay engaged in the conversation. So, Grace, your background is in corporate leadership. What did the rest of us do before the incident? Music and, logistics. I think logistics is the right word. I don't want to sound lame for delivering groceries. Nothing impressive. I worked in a fulfillment center from... I hope you did not have to pee in any bottles. Yeah, I mean, by logistics, I was delivering groceries for a nap. I want to say, I'm a man of the people too, Anya. I'm actually an influencer and content creator online. I guess I'm on hiatus now, but my plan is to continue. Oh, I think I've seen you. Do you do candle reviews? I zone out again, making sure I'm nodding periodically so it seems like I'm still listening. At a certain point, Grace gets called out to do an individual interview. Remember, secret alliance. It seems like none of us like her at all. Hey, is it just me or is she very annoying? I mean, I wouldn't say. Okay, sure, I'm just saying, like, I'm into an alliance with the two of you as the real alliance. You both seem cool. Anya's obviously really good at the self-control challenges. Tay, you're friendly. You can convince the other contestants to get on our side for votes. I'm a psychopath that stalks auto parts for money. Hell yeah, everyone's gotta have a hobby. And a career. We love someone who's career-driven. What do you bring to the table, Rocky? Any corporate leadership experience? I'm obedient. I'm knowledgeable. Chat, I don't know what to put. Chat. What should I put? I feel like I don't want to be obedient. Being knowledgeable seems like the more, like, enticing. The more enticing option here. I'm obedient is so funny. It is really funny. And it could be really funny if we said that. We could say that. I'm obedient. You know what? Why the hell not? I'm obedient. Obedient it is. I'm pretty dumb, but I do what I told. English. I'm pretty dumb, but I do what I'm told. Good to know. Anya ruffles my hair and laughs. I like Anya. I do think we should stick with Grace for as long as we can, just so we have a numbers and a vote. But I think she's gonna rub people the wrong way. So you're saying let's not hitch our trailers to Grace. I don't know if it's obedient if I was asking chat, though. I'm obedient, rolls over and shows belly. Do you want belly scrubbies? I like that meme that's like, I think this might just be on seal Twitter, but, when they post pictures of the fluffy seals and goes, rub my belly! Anyway, Mr. Bark, show me your tummy so I can rub it. Mr. Bark. Yes, yes. Yes. Can I rub your belly? Show me your belly. He's not gonna show me his belly, but that's okay. That's okay. We give him scrubby anyway. She's too loud and keeps boasting. People hate that. I see what you mean, but I feel bad. She really wanted to be in an alliance with us, even though I think she thinks I'm a homosexual, which I'm not. Tay is one of the gayest people This is crazy. Tay is one of the gayest people I've ever met, but someone is getting executed tomorrow, so there's really no time to unpack that. One orange Puyo ham coming right up. It's been a minute since we've had our Puyo ham, so I'll put him right on top of my head. Perfect. Perfection. This is so funny. This is so funny. Not that I have anything against homosexuals. I love everyone. Every Hammie, even. That's great, honey. You're not coming across as homophobic at all. Tay relaxes at the reassurance. While he's going into the fridge for some more blood, Anya looks at me with wide what the fuck eyes. Can vampires even have sex? Aren't we dead? What does it matter what kind of sexualities we have going on? I'm actually gonna head back to my room and try to clear my head. And we shouldn't be seen talking together too much if we want to go undetected. I'll finish the tape in my room and dig into side B. Maybe that's where the sex explanation is. Oh, Chad, I don't think I'm ready to go through a side B sex explanation with you guys. On my way back to my room, I can hear Jason talking to someone. I can't believe we've never seen this show. It's the best. Well, I haven't really had time to watch much TV. Wait, Jason's seen the show before? Too bad. I've studied every episode. No one else has a chance in this game. I head back to my room, only to find that the tape player and the stool are gone, replaced by a desk with some stationery and a pen. Right, the director said something about nominating people for the elimination vote. You generally want to go with the flow early on and vote out either the person everyone likes the least or get everyone to vote out someone who's big competition. There's one sheet of paper with a list of all the competitors. I think back on my night so far and scroll down the list of names. Why is Stefan Oh, that's right, because he's a Mew. Sorry, my shoulder's itchy. Anya, no way. I'm in an alliance with her. And she's my friend. And she's fun. And she's probably good in the challenges. You want a blue Puyo ham? I got you. It's been a while since we've been stocking up on Puyo hams. I'm kind of relieved. There we go. There we go. 8. Nah, 8 seems cool. Plus, they don't seem to have made any friends yet, and they could either be another vote on my alliance's side. Grace, even reading her name again makes me want to lie down. I would love to not have to hang out with her, but we're in an alliance. I have to honor that until she gives me a good reason not to. Jason, obnoxious? Check. Competitive? Check. Kind of hot? Check. Saw him talking to Lilia and Stefan, so they've probably all teamed up. He didn't get immunity this challenge, so this would be a good chance to get rid of him. And I just heard him telling Tay he's seen every episode of the show we're on. That seems like a major red flag. Lilia, she was the first person to lose the challenge and really seems like she doesn't want to be here. I have no read on her otherwise. Rocky. That's me. Fuck, I hope no one nominates me. I think I'm in a pretty good place, though. I've got an alliance. Anya at least definitely has my back, but I should really try to win immunity next time. This is too stressful. Stefan's name is crossed out because he has immunity, and he gets to sleep in a comfy coffin today. Tay, total sweetie. He's definitely an asset to the Anya and Rocky alliance, for now at least. The choice is clear. Sorry, Jason. I circle Jason's name dramatically and show it to the camera before putting it in an envelope and leaving it on the desk. I like the hang in there poster with the bat. I want one for my office. How do I get one? Some of my fellow contestants are kind of hot in a cold and dead way, but still. That reminds me, can vampires fuck? I can't believe they took away my tape before I could get to side B. I bet that's what's on there. There's a pretty obvious way to figure out my sex question, but they've mounted a camera in the room that follows me when I pace around. Am I supposed to feel worse about this vampire thing? I am, right? I definitely am. Maybe being a vampire changes things like that, and now I'm just a cool guy who can't feel bad. Maybe I'm just in pure survival mode and it'll catch up to me when all this is over. Maybe I'll get executed before I even get the chance to feel bad again. That'd be a sick silver lining. I wave to the camera and lie down on the floor. Good morning. Sleep well. Don't forget to buy my album when this is all over. I close my eyes and sleep comes easily. Do you stream from a cubicle and have fluorescent lights with that weird tiled ceiling? Yeah, in your imagination, probably. I'm definitely not in this room in the Mr. Bart camera. It's all part of your imagination. Right now, we're at the office, and I'm just chatting your ear off from the other side of the cubicle. Something about coffee in the break room, you know? And how nobody brought creamer. And there's supposed to be a potluck at the end of the week, but no one ever really brings anything good, you know? Every time you say office, I imagine that. Yeah, cause that's where I'm at. We're in the office. Hi, regular. Welcome. I wake up the next night on the cold, hard floor of a dungeon, and I'm still a vampire. The envelope I left on my desk is gone. Someone must have come in while I was sleeping and collected it. I was always a light sleeper, so this spooks me a little. What are you guys doing in here while I'm asleep? What about privacy? Sheesh. There's not much downtime on this show. They want us back in the ballroom pretty much immediately after sundown. They've arranged the chairs in a circle in the center of the dance floor, and there's a lot of cameras. It seems unreasonable that they need this many cameras to film us sitting in a circle. The chairs have name cards on them. I find mine between Jason and Grace. Would Jim troll you or try to propose to you? I think Jim would try to propose to me. I remember watching The Office for the first time from like start to finish, and I was like, oh no, I'm a lot more like Pam than I think I am. At first, I was like, oh man, I am a lot like her actually. Oh, hi Hammie as well. Sheesh. Welcome back, fledglings. How'd you sleep? Like the dead Nico? Jason snaps and gives Nico double finger guns, so he's bisexual. Stefan, did you enjoy your prize? Sure. A PA holds up a cue card for Nico to read. And now we begin our very first fledgling council. Pandemonium. Hamela Hampter. Stop it. That's forbidden language right there. That's forbidden language. Two of you have been nominated by the others for elimination. Where the choice is strategic, or simply a case of bad personalities. Convince your fellow fledglings to keep you around, and you may have a chance of finding out. Another PA hands Nico a big envelope, kind of like the kind they open at award shows. Our nominees for the first calling are Grace and Jason. Phew, not me. I didn't think I'd be nominated, but it's still a relief. I see similar relief on the faces of those around me. Except Stefan, who didn't have any reason to be anxious in the first place, and the two nominees. Grace and Jason are sitting on either side of me, and judging from their tense postures, I'd guess that they're pretty nervous right about now. Jason, Grace, you will now have the chance to make your case to save yourselves from imminent execution. After that, you may all discuss and ask questions before privately casting your final votes. They flip a coin to determine who makes their case win. Grace wins, opting to go last. Jason fusses his leather jacket to look maximally cool as he stands up and then addresses us. I had a feeling this might happen. I get it. You see this big, smart, strong, charming guy and you think, that dude's a threat. But in my short time here, I've made connections with almost all of you. And you know in your hearts I'm worth keeping around. He goes around the circle and addresses everyone. Anya, what's up, beautiful? You were one of the first fledglings I met here. And don't think I didn't see you in the challenge last night, girl. You're something else. You're a serious competitor. I'd love to get to know you better. No, isn't that obvious? It is, isn't it? It's so obvious. I can't sit still. If I sit still, my legs lock up, and you guys don't want that. Maybe I do need a spinny emote. In Metal Gear Solid 2, there's a character called Vamp. I know Vamp. He has a lot of vampire-esque powers, but later in the game, another character explains to you that he's called Vamp because he's bisexual, not because he drinks. That's one of my favorite bits in the whole series. It's so funny. It's so funny. Hamela, spin the shadow. Don't worry, it's fine. Well, if it doesn't bother you guys, then I do not mind one bit either. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. You can see my elbows. How scandalous. I'm scooting in now. Tay-Tay, my man! I had such a good time talking to you last night about content creation and social media strategy. You're a great guy. No, you're okay. No, Metal Gear Solid 2 is my favorite. We are very, we love and praise Kojima in this house, even if we haven't played a single Kojima game yet. You want a green Puyo ham? I got you. I got this green Puyo ham coming right up. There we go. There we go. 8, we didn't get much of a chance to get to know each other yet, but that's on me. I'd love to talk, get your story, see what you're all about. Stefan, my boy! I love you, dude. If we were allowed to leave this show alive, I'd say I'd made a friend for life in you, brother. I just want to go head to head with you in more of these challenges, because to be the best, you gotta beat the best. You mean you haven't played on stream? Or haven't played at all? I haven't played them on stream, no. Give me a quick sec. You want a super manager ham? I got this, I got this. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a whole cornucopia of Puyo hams tonight, aren't we? But I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 5 or later yet. But everything before that I'm familiar with or have played through. And in this house we ship Snotacon, by the way. Rocky Balboa, Rockman, Schoolhouse Rock, you're my first buddy in this house, and that means so much to me. You're a guy who gets it, and I know we can have more good talks together, man. Wahoo! And finally, Lilia, if there's one thing I do before one of us dies, it's help you come out of your shell and reach your full potential, girl. Cornucopia of hams on Thanksgiving. Maybe kiss a little. I don't know. I'm just joking, because I respect women enough to kid around with women. I hate this guy! In fact, I respect all of you enough to kid around with all of you. To try to get to know you. Just because our hearts aren't beating anymore doesn't mean we can't do a heart-to-heart. Lastly, and in conclusion, you also don't know if you're gonna need some muscle for a big physical team challenge, so it's Brad's strategy to get rid of me now. No, he's kind of a giant douche. That's why I hate him. He's trying his best, hopefully. Well, maybe he'll prove me wrong. Jason sits down, looking confident, and turns to me with a big smile. He claps me on the shoulder and goes back to shooting that same big smile at everyone else. At every Hammie else, even. As for everyone else, they still seem uncomfortable, but Jason's kind of endearing. He really did go and talk to everyone, it seems like, except 8. Thank you, Jason. Now, Grace, the floor is yours. Nico kind of looks like a Reaper from The World Ends With You a little bit. Grace stands up and coolly smooths out her clothes before plastering a big fake smile on her face. Good evening. I've spoken with most of you, but I wanted to take this time to tell you a little bit more about myself. The whole mood shifts when we realize we are Grace's captive audience. Oh no. She's got the kind of smile HR gives you right before you get bad news. Like you're getting laid off or got caught jerking off in the bathroom on your 15-minute break. The tone of voice says, no one's getting a bonus this year. It says, if you can lean, you can clean. I look around and realize she's already lost everyone on vibes alone. It makes me feel kind of bad for her until she looks right at me and starts talking again. My history of corporate leadership makes me the clear choice for who you should keep around, but my leadership didn't begin when I entered into the corporate world. I've been an entrepreneur since I was... Oh my god. A lot of soft confessions in this game. So true. Yeah, no, I think she's gonna die. I kind of don't like her the most. The last guy was a douche, but I don't know. Everyone's eyes glaze over. I'm out. I can't do it. There's no way I can listen to this. Grace drones on and on and on. I can see some of the cameramen yawning. Psst. Hey, you. When do I cut her off? You don't. There's no time limit. So we just have to sit here and wait. Welcome to the show. The only person who seems happy during all of this is Jason, weirdly enough. He leans back in his chair casually, looking up at Grace like she's giving him a present. At one point, he even puts his hand on my knee and gives it a friendly squeeze, like he's a little too excited to sit still. Grace talks about herself for almost an hour. It is torture. It's actual torture. Not a single person is going to vote to keep her now. I catch Anya's eye and shake my head as subtly as I can. I try to look at Tay, but he's completely zoned out, staring at the middle distance like he's in literal hell. There's just nothing we can do to save Grace now. By the time Grace is finished, everyone looks at like their soul has been sucked out of them. Nico shuffles back out with much less verve than he'd had before. Well, thank you, I guess, Grace. That was, well, it's over. He winces. Does anyone have any questions or discussion? We all wordlessly shake our heads. Well, Grace looks surprised. That's a mercy. All right, let's vote. We go one by one into a curtained-off area of the ballroom. Inside, there's an antique desk, a red candle, another piece of paper, a knife, and a little gold thing. The names Grace and Jason are written on the paper in Gothic calligraphy. I look to the PA to ask what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so you're going to want to cut your thumb with a knife and put your thumbprint down next to the fledgling you want to be executed. Make sure the camera sees it, then fold it, seal it with wax, then drop it into the basket. He points to the floor where there's an old basket. Okay, I'll try to remember all that. Seriously? No reaction to the basket? Oh, I glance to the basket again. It looks really old, kind of gross. I think there's some stains on it, but it's clear that the PA wants me to be impressed. Oh, wow, yeah, great basket. Cool. That's Robespierre. How do I say that name? Robespierre's? Robespierre's? Head basket, kid. Who? Never mind. I vote for Grace, obviously. Everyone else is voting for Grace, and you always have to vote with the group early on in these shows. A cameraman is right on top of me, shooting over my shoulder as I pressed my thumb down next to Grace's name. Sorry, Grace, but you dug your own grave tonight. I'd said I'd stay true to our alliance for as long as I could, which turned out to be less than 24 hours. The PA does end up having to show me how to use the wax seal thing. He also seems to hate me permanently for not knowing about his friend with the basket. This is so funny. Once everyone's back in their seat and a makeup artist has touched up Nico, the cameras start rolling again. Nico stands up in front of us and begins to speak. Blood has been spilt, and now the votes will be tallied. One fledgling shall be culled this night. He reaches into the basket and opens the ballots one by one. 1 vote to Cole Grace. 1 vote to Cole Jason. 2 votes to Cole Grace. Another vote to Cole Grace. That's 3. 4 votes to Cole Grace. And 5 votes for Grace. That's it. 5 out of 8. Grace looks stunned. Nico keeps going, continuing to count every ballot. 6 votes to Cole Grace. And the cold fledgling, by a vote of 7-1, is Grace Soleil. Wow. She looks at Anya and Tay with disgust, and then she turns to me. What did I ever do to you? Apologies, child, but your time has come. Grace looks at all of us. I loved being alive, and I was really trying to make the best of being a vampire. You're all snakes. She follows Nico out of the circle. Hogging the mic in council is a classic Fledgling Manor misstep, but that may be the worst fumble of a defense I've ever seen in any season. Including seasons of De Jongling. No, they're campfires? I like campfires quite a bit. Save it, Jason. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. We let out into the courtyard. What's happening now? We wait for a few minutes for the crew to set up their cameras and lights outside. Their presence makes it all feel surreal, like maybe this isn't happening. Grace walks out and stands in front of us, flanked by Nico and someone I don't recognize. The third vampire is much smaller than Nico, and her face is covered by a studded mask. It looks kind of like something Kanye used to wear before he went off the deep end, or during, I guess. She's holding a deadly-looking curved sword. Wait, they're not gonna make us... Wretched fledglings, meet the executioner. Executioner, wretched fledglings. You have to cast your vote. You have cast your vote. You've decided which among us, will meet their ultimate demise. And now you will watch as your will is carried out. I don't want to see this. What a shame. Attendance is mandatory. Among Us! No way, we have to watch her die? It's okay, Tay. It'll be over quick. You're all talking like you've never seen someone else die before. I haven't. Is that so? Then take a good look. Leave him alone, Stefan. You watch too, Anya. You might learn something. There's nothing to learn from this. Oh no! 2 times the speed? That's me with the zoomies. On the contrary, we're about to watch something die that thought it was immortal. Personally, I find that fascinating. Silence. We're all startled into shutting up. Nico gets this big, sick grin on his face. How can you do that when it's live? Uh-oh. You heard him, chat. I always wanted to do that. It will stop to buffer for 2 seconds and then catch up really fast. Oh no. What if Kissy's in the future? What am I gonna say after this? Is it Mr. Bark, cut that out? Or Mr. Bark, stop barking, please? Are we gonna get to kiss a good Are we gonna get to kiss Anya? Or, you know, Stefan's pretty handsome. Nightcore Hammie? Oh! He's a wooing. Hold on. I like him so much. He's so funny. Guys, he's so small and he's making such a big noise. I love this song. Keep playing it. Jukebox. Mr. Jukebox, don't let me down. Alright, hard. I'm sorry. I just love it so much. Whenever he does it, I always stop whatever I'm doing because it just makes me so happy. He's so little and he thinks he's so big. I always wanted to do that. Now, Executioner, if you please. The Executioner forces Grace down onto her knees. She brings the sword up high above her head, still glinting in the moonlight. I want to look away. I'd give anything to look away, but I can't. I look into Grace's eyes expecting to see... I don't know what I'm expected to see. Fear and hatred, maybe? But I don't see anything. Grace looks out of it, barely present. Maybe this experience has broken her will. The sword comes down like a guillotine blade and severs Grace's head from her shoulders. Her body collapses forward as her head rolls across the flagstones. I'm terrified that it won't stop, that it'll keep rolling until it bumps into my feet. But the body and the head that, just moments ago, used to be Grace, instantly dissolve into dust. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. 1 fledgling falls and 7 remain. Lilia's turned away. Teddy looks like he might cry, and Anya's trying to comfort him. 8 lurks behind them, shaking their head. Even Jason seems like he's at least trying to act somber. Only Stefan seems unfazed. He's just standing there, barest hint of a smile. Yeah, he looks like he's smiling all right. I don't know what to think. We did this. We betrayed her and now she's dead. She did it to herself, Rocky, and if it wasn't her, it would have been someone else. Could have been you or me. But it wasn't. It was Grace, and we're still here. This is sick. I can't handle this. Everyone flies back into the house. I just watched someone die. I mean, she was already dead, but now she's gone. Grace Soleil will never again give me an irritating speech about synergy. Yeah, she was annoying, and I probably never would have hung out with her while I was alive. But I didn't want her to die. I don't want anyone here to die. Those are the rules, though. I guess it just didn't really sink in until I saw it happen. I need to get out of here. What did they say yesterday? We're in the middle of nowhere, but there aren't a lot of guards or anything. I don't know where I am, I don't have my phone, and I don't find shelter before daybreak, I'll burn to a crisp. Still, I'm starting to weigh my odds. If I stick around, I've only got 1 in a 7th chance to make it out alive. Actually, let's be real. It's probably a lot lower than that. I'm pretty sure everyone here has a lot more experience as a vampire than me. What are the chances I'll be able to win any challenges? Then again, maybe I can coast by on my natural charm and lack of threat profile. Yeah, right. Can we keep Command Fall in Love after the event is over? Maybe. I'll think about it. What will I put it? To make someone fall in love? You know, I should set up something fun, like Hamster's impreg command. But we're not doing that with me because why would you do that here? We're say-so. Yeah, right. I don't want to die, but it's not just that. The idea of voting for anyone else here would be killed really freaks me out. Maybe I should just go for it. Do we want to try and escape or stick around? Forgot there was a streamer called Hamster. Yeah, it's Hamster637. Oh no. Weird sentence. I don't know what I want to do. Decide for me. Decide for me. Do we try and escape or do we stick around? I'm gonna take a sip of my water, okay? I want another snack. Part of me is kind of like, will we get an ending if I try and escape? Stick around sounds more fun. Hampter. Seek a way out! Oh no, that means we're technically tied unless I decide. Man. You know what I could do though? Can I save? Yes, I can. He ate the 2 times spicy bulldog noodles last night and started crying so bad. That's really funny. Don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him I said that. But that's pretty funny, actually. I love bulldog noodles. So yummy. I have some bulldog noodles. I have the rosé kind that I keep meaning to try, but I keep forgetting, and then I just keep eating junk for lunch. Although that's also kind of junk, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind. You can tell him a random chatter loud at that. Let's stick around. We'll stick around. It's not worth it. Burning to death at dawn on my own doesn't sound like a great way to go. If I'm going to die, I'd rather spend my last few nights around other people. Anyway, there's a chance I could win. Everyone loves an underdog, right? We'll see, I guess. He'd be honored just to be acknowledged by Hammie. Are you sure about that? Because he always acts like it's such a hassle. I'm so lost in my thoughts that I nearly stumble into someone. I look up and it's Stefan. His expression shifts in an instant from stony to gleeful. It's fucked up. He seems like a fucked up guy. Enjoy the show? I just want to go back to my room, man. What are you gonna do there? Sulk? Try and think of a way out of here? Hamster does have little brother energy. I kind of want to protect him in the way where it's like nobody can make fun of him, but I can make fun of him. Oh my goodness. Don't tell any of this to him. Like, I would bully Hamster in the ways I would not bully my little brother. There are only 2 ways out of this, and only one where you come out alive. At Hamster right away. Nuh-uh. Don't you even think about it. Listen, Stefan, what's your problem? We just saw someone die. I mean, we barely knew her, and she was pretty irritating, but doesn't that affect you at all? He pauses for a moment, like he's surprised by the question. No, it doesn't. Are you serious? Deadly. Were you always like this, or did becoming a vampire just make you an asshole? You think I'm an asshole, huh? The way he asks, I'm worried he might actually take a swing at me. I hope we can all peek or play DTI together sometime. Yeah! I felt so bad. He invited me to play peek with you guys on Sunday, but I knew me, and I had gone so hard last week that I did not... I would not be fun to peek with. No peem. But I had fun watching. I lurked because I felt bad because I turned it down. But it was a really good stream, and I hope I get to next time. I told him next time I would. This festival has been a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of work. I'm kind of surprised by how much work it was, but it was good. It's good. We're having good fun time. No, I'm doing well. We might not go super late tonight. I'm a little tired. And I'm kind of excited because tomorrow I'm not like sprinting to play more Silent Hill because I've been wanting to play a lot of Silent Hill. And tomorrow I just do the one stream at my regular time and we play a demo and it tells me when I'm done and you know. But I'm having a lot of fun. I can't wait to read more of this when I do. Well, you're acting like one. None of us really know what's going on. Except Jason, I guess. And we're just trying to process this the best we can. You're not helping with the psycho act. I don't know if you're trying to scare us or throw us off our game or what, but can you cool it even a little? He stares at me for a moment, then cracks a wide, terrifying smile. I'm not trying to throw you off your game, Rocky. I'm trying to help you. What? I'm trying to help all of you. I don't know who you were or where you came from, but guess what? I don't care either, because that person is dead. You are no longer a human being, and you will need to stop acting like one. Grace is dead? What are you gonna do about it, cry? You can't even produce tears anymore. Well, by that logic, if you're a vampire, then you probably can't produce a lot of bodily functions anymore. Can you pee if you're a vampire? Can you pee? If you can't produce tears, do you pee? Do you sweat? Does your nose get drippy when you're congested? You're a walking corpse. It sucks to think about it that way, but I guess he's right. No pun intended, right? Pissman would die instantly as a vampire? Yeah, he would just turn into man. If I wanted to undermine you, to throw you off, do you know what I'd be doing? I'd be saying, don't worry, Rocky. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll find a way out of here. I have seen media where vampires cry blood, so maybe it's like that. Ooh. Kind of like the girl, the housekeeper from Silent Hill earlier. I'd be giving you false hope. I'm not here to play. I have no interest in the degenerate games of the elders. I don't intend to end up decapitated for their amusement. Is this like Squid Games? But I'm not going to go out of my way to entertain them either. What do you mean, degenerate games? That's what this is, after all. It gets boring living for an eternity, or so I've heard. So they devise little spectacles, ways of passing the time. There were others before Fledgling Manor, and there'll be others after it. But for now, this is how they get their kicks, by watching a bunch of newly turned vampires struggle and scheme to keep their immortal lives. They've been around so long they've forgotten what it means to be one of us. And what does it mean? It means the thrill of the hunt. It means reveling in the taking of lesser life to sustain your own. It means meat and bone and blood. Jesus Christ, I don't know if I should be scared or turned on. You're really into all this, huh? He laughs, a single bark that seems to echo through the halls. Yes, I am. It's in your interest to find a way to get in touch with all of this too. Nothing good comes from fighting your nature. Oh, he slams one hand into the wall next to my head, looking down into my eyes. He's got at least a foot of height on me. Pursuing your primal lusts, overcoming your prey, these are the things that make existence worthwhile. Are we still talking about being a vampire? He flashes his teeth at me cruelly. He is getting commented on! Good night, Rocky. Don't shed any bloody tears over the dead. That's what Sea Kissy said. I was playing No Sleep for Kaname Date, and there was a Kabedon scene. I won't tell you any more than that, but it caught me off guard. It caught me off guard so much. It caught me off guard a lot. He leaves without another word. What a fucking psycho. Was it hot? I refuse to comment any bit more, or else, I know that there are people in chat that might play it, and I don't want to ruin it, but that game reminded me about that word and what it meant. Do I really cry blood now? Maybe it was Stefan's little speech. Maybe it's shock, but I don't feel like I'm at any risk of finding out tonight. I head back to my room. I wish I could smoke some weed or something to calm down. Then I realize I'm not even sure if I can smoke weed anymore. Hamela, will you go to a Tommy with me? Yeah, just don't comment on my chest size, okay? We can, go to a Tommy later. Will you hold my hand when we go? Then I realize I'm not even sure if I can smoke weed anymore. Maybe I'll have to have someone else get high, then drink their blood. Oh man, it's kind of like an edible. My face flushed so bad. Yeah, I'm so good at that. I'm so good at it. Go me, go Hammie. Shotgunning. I think weed ends up in your blood, right? Drugs go in your blood? They usually do a urine test at jobs. And that's probably just because it's easier. I really didn't know much about how my body worked as a human, and I know even less now. I feel like if you were a vampire and tried to get stoned, or even maybe drunk, I think it would take you a little bit more. I would imagine your tolerance goes up. That would be my guess, though. That would be my guess. You could still get high, but it would take a little bit more, I imagine. Maybe if the person you drink their blood was high, though, maybe that would have an easier effect, though. Because, it's kind of like... Actually, I shouldn't say any of that out loud, and we should move on from that conversation, huh? I really didn't know much about how my body worked as a human, and I know even less now. I should try and figure out some of this tomorrow. Good night, whoever's watching. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far, you sick fucks. I like Rocky. I think Rocky is my favorite character. Where were you going? I didn't even catch that. Catch what? Catch 10? Up again. It doesn't feel like waking up used to. It's more like I'm coming to life. Do I just become a corpse during the day now? Is that what you say when you go to bed after streaming? Yeah. I'm gonna end tonight's stream by going, hope you enjoyed the show, you sick fucks. When I was a kid, I used to worry that I died every time I went to sleep. Maybe because I saw this old movie called Dark City too young. But now it feels a little bit more literal, like I'm completely dead to the world from sunup to sundown. There's a vampire yaoi that I like where drugs and alcohol taint your blood and you eventually just die because you can't purge them from your body. Wild, you may get stoned once. No, not vampire camp. I'm not a vampire. I got one twofer. See? One twofer. No sharp fangs here. Forever weed. Do you think insomnia medication works if you're a vampire? Probably not, right? But it probably works similarly to if you're if you're doing weed as a vampire. I don't know. This shit's confusing and I hate thinking. I know someone's been in and out of my room during the day. Servants, maybe? Would I even wake up if someone tried to attack me while I was out? It kind of freaks me out to think about. I can hear the PAs moving through the house. My senses are so much better than they used to be. I guess we're going to have our second challenge tonight. Maybe it'll be something I actually have a shot at winning. I head towards the voices when a PA stops me. He talks into his walkie. I have eyes on Rocky. What? We need to film your confessionals and take some photos. So, Rocky, tell me about yourself. It takes hours. I always said I liked the cutaway interviews the best when I'd watch reality shows, but filming these is nothing like that. I don't remember how I felt when I walked in. I don't want to act like I still don't know the stakes of the show. I do it anyway because the lights are so bright and I can't leave until I've done it. They finally release me and I'm herded down towards the raw room. How am I supposed to win a challenge in this state? I haven't felt this shitty since I had to take the SATs. God mood. We line up and listen to Nico's instructions. I'm not the only one who looks haggard. I bet a bunch of others had to do the same thing I just did. Even Nico already looks tired of playing the host. I wonder if he has to film little segments too. Oh, I couldn't tell you. I don't remember anything. I just know that I was really bad at them, and I probably didn't get the best scores, but I know that I did really, really well with the reading. The tooth is a feign chat. Don't listen to her lies. What the heck? Fledglings, welcome to your second challenge. Last week, we tested your self-control. This week, we will test your intelligence. Why is he talking about weeks? That was 2 nights ago. I guess the show will air weekly. The challenge is solving some kind of puzzle box. Is it a Dybbuk box? That's a great pinned message. I laugh. Thank you. That was all malice because they were talking about weed. Ibrina started a rotating gas station hot dog vibe to going to bed that the person who wants to cuddle don't really like. But honestly, the rotating gas station hot dog is the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen, so why would you be disappointed about that? That's a good vibe. That's a good vibe. We'll all get one and it's a race to see who can solve theirs first. A successful vampire must be able to outwit their enemies and their prey. That's what Nico tells us anyway. I don't know what opening an old box has to do with that. One of the PAs flips a big hourglass to time us. I gotta try and win this thing. I look down at my puzzle box. It kind of reminds me of that movie where those demons show up and rip off your skin if you open the box. Then I get distracted. If vampires are real, are demons? Is hell? Was Christianity basically right this entire time? Do I have a soul, or did I have one and it's gone now? Welcome back, Ad Gang. There's a lot of existential implications to all this that I haven't had the time to think through yet. Fuck. I get so distracted that I can barely focus on trying to solve this stupid thing. Would Adderall work? Could Rocky have Adderall and do this box? There are 2 tests? Yeah, there's the ACT and the SAT. Finally, I'm startled out of my daze by Nico announcing the winner. Of course it's fucking Tay! Congratulations, Tay. You outwitted the other fledglings. You win immunity from tomorrow night's culling. You may vote on which fledgling will be culled, or you may present arguments to the fledgling council, but you are in no danger of being voted out. Seems like Tay managed to do it. Good for him. Well, at least I'm in an alliance with him. That's the next best thing to actually winning myself. He seems like a pretty nice guy, too. Maybe a little mixed up. The point is, I don't think he's likely to turn around and betray me. You also win. Ooh, this is a good one. 1 hour of supervised phone time to be used by sunrise. Tay seems genuinely excited for that. Sorry, I need to get comfy. My legs are a little tired. We all hand in our puzzle boxes. What the hell is the point of this anyway? The first challenge I could kind of understand, but why do we need to be able to solve puzzles? I spot Nico chatting to a PA after the scene is over. So are those like ancient artifacts or something? He looks down over his sunglasses at me. They're made of plastic, Rocco. Oh my god! Rocky. Is that Fred Durst? Probably. Think the SAT has since made their essay mandatory? Oh man. Whatever. I catch Anya's eye in the hallway, hoping our alliance is still on. She smiles at me, which could mean just about anything. Jason walks by us and Anya nods in his direction. He looks upset. I nod to confirm that I have also seen Jason. Then Anya walks away. Allying with Jason doesn't make a ton of sense at this point, but maybe she means she wants him to be eliminated next. We really need to work on our silent communication. Damn, Tay, congrats, bro. That's awesome. You really killed it tonight. Thanks, I'm excited to get a phone. Smart. You're thinking look up past seasons, maybe pick up some strategy. That's what I would do too. No, I'm just gonna catch up with TikTok. I like Tay. I know that we were comparing him to Shoma earlier, but I kind of like him. I kind of like him a lot. Fuck, I lost it again. I really wanted to win this one. What if I get nominated for execution tonight? I can't imagine why they would nominate me, but I also can't imagine why they wouldn't. It's all just so arbitrary. Grace lost her life last night because she made the mistake of being super annoying at exactly the wrong moment. I'm not Grace, but it's also not like I'm some gleaming beacon of never being annoying. I've been annoying at the wrong times. I've been tactless in the past. One time I lost a job because I wrote a song called I Want to Murder Everyone I Work With and people found out about it. He doesn't aggravate me just by looking at him. That's good at least! I didn't even mean it like that. How did you mean it then? But people misunderstand me a lot, which has me really freaked out. I have to make sure I play smart. Okay, you already know the drill. Free time to talk and do whatever you wish. Shoma does, I mean? No, I think I get what you mean. Tay doesn't, but Shoma does. As long as we wish to be followed by a cameraman. Exactly. Everyone disperses. 8 and Tay look like they're heading to the kitchen. Stefan follows Lilia into a side corridor. Jason mopes out into the garden. Jason seems pretty depressed. I'm gonna go check on him. Should I come? She shrugs. Tay is trying to loop in 8 if you wanna join them. She squeezes my arm and walks outside. I wanna find out more about 8. But I'm a little worried about Jason too. Like, why is he mad because people voted for him the day before? Shit. Let's find out more about 8. Anya made it clear that she was taking care of her Jason plan, so I'll back up Tay in the kitchen while he talks to 8. I walked down the hallway into the kitchen. I worked up an appetite with that dumb interview and puzzle. Also, it's probably a good idea to feed regularly. Never know when they'll starve us again. When I get there, 8 is throwing an empty blood bag in the trash and putting their mask back on. Tay is sipping blood out of another goblet. Congrats on the win, Tay. He gives me this big smile. I don't think I've ever seen him smile so sincerely before. Thanks, Rocky. It's honestly such a relief. Jason seemed upset about the result. Tay nods. God lays out the path. All we can do is walk it. I don't really understand what that means or what it has to do with being faster at solving puzzles than other people in a reality show for vampires, but I nod anyway. So, what are we thinking tonight? What's the vibe? 8 and I have been talking, and we think it would be smart to nominate the big threats now, while neither of them has immunity. Who knows when we'll get another chance to vote out Stefan or Jason? I think about it, and they're right. 1 second. There's only 3 of us. We have Anya, too. So that's 4. I bet Jason would nominate Stefan if he felt really threatened, and Stefan would absolutely nominate Jason. What if we nominate Jason and another person no one would want to vote out? That's a classic recipe for getting blindsided. Not worth the risk. The 2 nominees have to be Stefan and Jason. They can take each other out, like Godzilla versus Mothra. How do we get them to nominate each other? They just need to know what's happening, right? And their instincts will do the rest? Bingo! Lilia was eavesdropping on us a few minutes ago, so let's hope she spills to them what she heard. She was. Uh-huh. Wow, you must have really keen senses. Nice work, 8. Feeling very accomplished and way less like I am about to get beheaded, I pour myself a well-deserved goblet of fridge blood. So, what are you into, Rocky? I feel like we haven't really talked about much other than vampire life. Oh, me? Have you ever heard of grindcore? Tay shakes his head. It sounds familiar, but I can't say I know what that is. It's music. I really like all kinds of metal and hardcore subgenres, though. I like playing music, and I like going to shows and getting crazy in the pit. That's more or less what I'm into. And I guess I like weed, too, and old TV shows. I like EDM. My dream is to start a rave that's also a church, so instead of drugs, you're high on the brotherhood we all experience through God. Whoa. I don't like rave music, but I get that. I definitely feel a brotherhood, sisterhood, siblinghood, whatever, when I'm at a really good show, even if Tay's whole deal is a little much. I bet that would be actually pretty popular. Thanks. Tay beams at me. What about you, 8? I've always loved art, fashion, sculpture, things like that. I can see that for 8. With the hood and the mask, they look like some kind of cool underground artist. Like street art and stuff? Before 8 can respond, Tay clears his throat. I used to think I felt God in the music in evangelical churches, and then I went to another concert and realized I just like live music. I should try and find Anya and check in. Okay, good idea. And you have your reward with the phone tonight. Have fun, Tay. Night. Alright. Should I try to go find other people to talk to, play the game and all? Let's hang out with 8. I want to know more about them. Nah, 8 is cool. Anyway, it's nice to get a break from talking about game strategy and challenges and execution. What were we talking about? Art? I like any art that offers a new way of seeing things. I nod. I totally relate. The first time I heard Napalm Death, I think all of the atoms in my body rearranged themselves. 8 laughs. I'll have to look into that. Napalm Death? I'm so excited that I grab 8's hands with my own and squeeze them. They're really big, like claws. This is like me talking about concerts I would go to. Did somebody say executions? Oh my god, I'm getting really congested again. I think we'll probably finish up after this evening. Because I am getting so congested I can barely read. Fuck yeah, let me know what you think. I don't want to overhype it, but your life will be permanently altered, probably. 8 squeezes my hands back and I flinch. It's kind of scary being squeezed by the big vampire claws. Step back or squeeze harder? Squeeze harder! Maybe it's just my imagination, but 8 seemed a little sad when I flinched. So I squeeze 8's big claw hands again and give him a big smile. I think they're smiling back, but I can't totally tell. Then, once we've smiled, I let them go. Can't hold hands for too long, I'd look crazy. Sorry about grabbing you like that, I just got really excited. About napalm death? Yeah, of course. Being dead is great because I can't blush. At least 8 seems entertained by my antics and not annoyed. As long as I'm entertaining, I'm safe-ish. Don't be sorry, it's nice you're so excited. I wonder if one of the rewards is a concert or something like that. I bet if it was, it'd be something old and boring though, like chamber music. 8 giggles. Maybe some harpsichord. We'd have to sip blood out of tiny, tiny little glasses and sit on our fainting couches. And clap like this. They tap their index finger against the back of their other hand. Can you hear that? That's me trying to do it loud enough that the microphone catches it. Ow, that kind of hurt. Shit. Oh shit, do you think they'll make us dress up? Totally. Corsets, capes, big gaudy jewelry, lots of vase and velvet. Chamber music is best enjoyed on a chamber pot. Like pooping, right? Hats. Everyone needs a big hat, like an Abraham Lincoln hat. Or a powdered wig. Abraham Lincoln hat on top of a powdered wig. I like 8. 8 is cute. We both burst into giggles. One of the camera people walks away in a huff. Oh shit, do you think we offended him by making fun of powdered wigs? Our giggles become explosive laughter, and I need to clutch the countertop to keep from collapsing on the floor. Through laughter, 8 starts talking in a really absurd British accent. Fledglings, I'm terribly disappointed in you for your grossly disrespectful attitudes towards the cultural treasures of, I can't do this, Western vampire elders. You must now apologize to 6 harpsichordists lest you be met with their harshest punishment of all. The harpsichordist sanction. I wonder if the stress of the show is making me giddy. Maybe I just like 8. I like 8. This is really cute. This is really good. Someone is dying tomorrow and it's all so awful, but still, we laugh and laugh and laugh until all the camera crew have given up on us and it's just 8 and me in the kitchen, grinning wildly. A PA is walking around the house yelling into every room. Okay everybody, 90 to sunrise. Time to start heading back to your rooms. Cameras, prep for nominations. Well, I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night. Thanks for this. I'm not sure exactly what I'm thanking them for, but they seem to get it. Or at least they don't ask. Having another friend in the house aside, it's a huge weight off my mind that there's no target on me right now. Hopefully I'm not doing too much wheeling and dealing. I'm heading back to my room when I run into Stefan in one of the millions of corridors this millions of corridors and hallways this place has. Just the lost little lamb I was looking for. He's giving me another one of those creepy smiles. I'm going to be nominated for tomorrow night's calling. Stefan looks at me really closely, like he's trying to get a read on my reaction to what he's telling me. With him scrutinizing me on one side and the camera filming us on the other, I feel totally invaded, like I have zero privacy of any kind. I'd play it cool. This is all going according to Keikaku, I think. Where'd you hear that? Don't worry about where I heard it. The others want to get rid of either me or Jason. Okay. What about your alliance? Stefan scoffs. It's time to give up on your childish reality show tactics and start thinking like the predator you are. The alliance is over. When it comes down to calling me or calling Jason, do you know what your choice will be? I'd have to think about it. Why should I keep you around? Stefan scoffs again. This guy loves to scoff. What, you want me to beg you to nominate Jason? Do you want me to stoop to your level of sneaking around, forming little alliances? Do you want me to make you promises or negotiate something with you? This is less cute. I'm not gonna do any of that. So that's your pitch? Your pitch is that you won't work with me? Great, really impressive, incredible strategic acumen. Stefan puffs out another one of his little derisive laughs. I wonder if he has any other modes than surly and scoffing. He looks at me like I'm a little worm on the ground. I don't have a pitch, I have an observation. Sure, hit me with it. I'm an asshole, right? I'm unpleasant, I say things you don't like hearing, I'm uncooperative and rude. You said it, not me. We're monsters, Rocky. We're blood-sucking, immortal predators. Every last one of us is a monster. I guess, if you want to put it like that. I don't want to put it like that. It is like that, and no one else will say it. Do you wonder why that is? Why no one else will say it? Some are scared, some are ashamed, some are so deep in denial about who they are that they're lost in their own delusions. And some, Rocky, some are just lying right to your face. And you're better than them because what? You're more honest? God, no. Well... He considers it for a second and then laughs. It's not the mean laugh I've heard before. He sounds genuinely entertained. Honest isn't the word I would have used, but if you want to think of it that way, I guess you can. I don't hide the monster that I am. The rest of them do. Stefan's voice gets low and breathy. He puts a hand on my shoulder and looks right into my eyes. So, what you need to ask yourself, Rocky, is, what are the rest of them hiding? That's actually a decent argument, at least for Stefan over Jason. I saw Jason's cracks starting to show tonight, and they made him seem volatile. Having an unpredictable element in the mix could be rough. Stefan is predictable in that he'll always choose the shitty thing to say. He'll always opt to save himself over others. He'll always be a ruthless asshole. I take a step back and Stefan's hand falls off my shoulder. Okay, you made some good points. I'll give it some thought. He smirks at me, giving me the most obvious once-over I've ever seen. Okay, cool. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then. Good talk, man. Stefan is still looking at me as I walk away. Back in my room, there's another nomination form. Basically, it's the same list as this first time around, but it feels so much heavier this time around. Something twists up inside of me when I realize how casually I was talking about this vote all night. I keep forgetting what the stakes are and finding myself having fun. As I read each name, I can't help but picture them on their knees in the courtyard like Grace. Someone on this list won't exist in 24 hours. Then I have a thought. What if I circle more than one, or don't circle any of them? What's that called again? A ruined ballot? Would they just not count it? Or would there be some kind of punishment? Wish they would all solve their issues in a way that involves Yowie. Me and you both, brother. Bring us Yowie. Let's do it. I guess I'd be relying on everyone else doing the same. In that case, maybe they'd just kill us all. Still, that wouldn't be much of a show. Probably they're just counting on our natural selfishness. I was feeling all hyped on the alliances at the start of the night, but after talking to Stefan, it's so clear to me how little of that means anything. Tay, Anya, and 8 decided on Jason and Stefan as the next 2 nominees. I can't actually remember which one I was assigned to nominate. Who's it going to be? Anya, I think she's still safe. She's sort of settling into a mom friend kind of role. Plus, I don't really want to vote for her. 8, maybe, but probably not. They're just too nice. I could be getting suckered, but I'd rather be a sucker than a cynical creep. Jason, definitely a possibility. It's not that I want him to die, but he hasn't made a great case for himself. Lilia, I still don't really know much about her. Something about Lilia is a little unsettling, but that's not really enough to push me to nominate her. Rocky, there I am again. I wonder if anyone else is circling my name right now. I hope I've kept a low enough profile that it doesn't come to that, but I guess we'll see. Stefan, he is a possibility for sure. This guy's a genuine psychopath. Tay-Tay's got immunity, so his name is crossed out. Wish I'd been able to win his challenge, but Tay at least seems like a pretty nice dude. Sounds like it's between Jason and Stefan. I think back to my conversation with Stefan about nominating Jason over him. I don't know, am I convinced? Did Stefan convince me to keep him around? Man, we should have went to go see what Anya and Jason talked about. Chad, I don't know. Man, Stefan is kind of a cunt, but also we don't know what Jason's capable of. Shit. He does have a point that the other could be evil and manipulative inside, different from Stefan that's evil on the outside. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should keep Stefan around. We could always vote him out next round. Yeah? When I think about it, Jason is kind of the obvious choice. It seems like he's already coming apart. It's gotta be Jason. Good. Sorry, bro. I circle Jason's name and show the camera, put it in an envelope, then leave it on the desk. Another nomination. There'll be another council tomorrow night. Then we'll have to watch it happen again. There are moments when I can almost forget what's going on, when I'm chatting with someone and it's like everything is normal for a second. Then I see one of the cameras and remember what all this is. Why aren't we all running? Why don't we all work together and fight our way out of this? I guess because there's nowhere we could go even if we managed to escape. That's probably why this show works in the first place. Or it's an authority thing, like those experiments where they got people to shock one another by wearing a lab coat. I barely know anything about vampire society, but it mostly just seems like the human world cranked up to the extreme. I'm sure there are rich psychos out there that would absolutely set up a real-life Hunger Games if they could. Mr. Beast. I mean, it took how long for someone to recreate Squid Games? I don't really think they actually killed anyone for that, but still. Maybe I'm being too generous. Maybe becoming a vampire really does mean losing your soul. This would explain both the show in the first place and the fact we're so willing to accept this. Grace was, well, not easy, but the easiest choice. Things are only going to get harder from here. Time for bed. I think that will be time for bed for Hammie too. I'm thinking that. Did you see that Mr. Beast put a guy in a fire and said survive? I did. That shit's ridiculous. I don't know. That guy seems like he seems like a cartoon villain at this point. It's kind of crazy. Next week, the Hammie games? Absolutely not. That's too much work. Why would I do that? Just donate to my throat and I'll stay happy. Just kidding. But look, Pokemon is halfway funded now, almost. Halfway funded thanks to Super Manager. And Kiryu. Was that a Mr. Beast reference? Everything is a Mr. Breast reference. Wait, Mr. Breast? Mr. Breast? Hold on, I think it's this one. Hell yeah. Chill. That's so funny. We're funny. Anyway, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. I'm getting kind of congested. I had a long day of smashing scary, spooky things with a lead pipe. Oh, it's an iron pipe. And an axe. So let's go ahead and find some Hammie to raid into. Yeah, let's do that. Tomorrow, I will not be streaming during the day. Not tomorrow. Nope. Tomorrow, I'm going to just be playing a demo. We're going to be playing Pivot of Hearts. And I'm excited. It looks like it reminds me of Afterlove EP a little bit. So I think we'll have a lot of fun. It's a polyamorous visual novel. So it'll be a lot of fun, I think. And it's the last day of Studio Elan's Fall in Love Festival. So until next year with the visual novel, non-stop visual novels. You know? Are you not streaming the day because you became a vampire? It's true, but don't tell anyone else, okay? That's our little secret here. That's our little secret in this stream, okay? Okay? But yeah, no, I'm Big Eepy. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow and not rush to eat lunch and get my chores done before noon so I can stream. But yeah, I'll be at the regular Hammie time tomorrow and we'll have a lot of fun, I think. I will definitely be doing my best to try and pronounce some names tomorrow, but maybe I'll be smart and have plenty of time to look them up beforehand. Why does the pin just say weed? It says content warning weed, Sandri. There was weed in that there was weed mentioned in that visual novel. We had to inform the raging masses. We had to do it. Anyway, who's live? Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out. Ooh, Big Ham is playing Silent Hill F. Do you guys want to watch Big Ham do what we were doing earlier? Me, you're alive. I'm glad you're alive, Sandri. Keep staying alive, okay? You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. For a message, why don't we just do Hamela? It's Tuesday, and it may not be the comfiest cozy Tuesday ever, but I think a good Hamela comfy will bring Big Ham some solace in these trying times. Anyway, thank you guys. You have a good rest of your night and be safe until tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you sometime this week because I'll want to find time to play We Love Katamari, so we'll see. Sent from my iPhone. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid. Thank you. Thanks for the stream, Hammie. It helped kill a few hours of this flight. It's all my pleasure. You have a safe flight, T-Salzy. See every Hammie later, okay? Good night.